The assisted living facilities that you have in this area, and you have multiple assisted living facilities, but it is a care option for seniors who just need a little bit of assistance in their daily life. It may be that they just need some help with meals. They've forgotten how to do their own meals, or they don't want to do their own meals. They need a little medication help. They maybe just need bathing and help, bathing and dressing help. They have their own apartments. They make their own schedules. They're not in a jail. And everybody, there's not the connotation when I say I live in an assisted living facility as there is when it says I live in a nursing home. And all family members really want to say, my parent lives in an assisted living facility. However, please understand that assisted living facilities in this state are licensed the same way that nursing homes are licensed. They have certain rules and regulations that they have to keep up with and they have to abide by. So at some point, probably, while you're living in assisted living, when the administrator sits down with you or your family member and says, I hate to tell you this, but Mary can't live with us anymore. She's too ill. And you go, oh, no, she's not going. Yes, it's time for her to go to the next level. No. They're not being mean. They're not being hateful. They're trying to keep themselves from getting a lot of deficiencies from the state and getting their doors closed. So they're having to abide by a set of rules and regulations that have been made up for years. They offer a variety of services, and some assisted living facilities do more than other assisted living facilities. Some assisted living facilities have nurses round the clock. Others have nurses 8 hours a day. Others have nurses on call. They usually do 3 meals a day. They do medication reminders. But if they have the nurses, they can actually administer medications. If they don't, they can't. They're not allowed to by law. Only licensed personnel can actually hand you a medication. They do transportation, and then they help with things like bathing and dressing. But most assisted living facility residents, and I call them residents, they live there, and they can actually maneuver themselves down hallways and into rooms and where they want to be. Some of them actually have cars in the parking lot. We just had a thing on the news this week in Nashville that a man left the assisted living facility. He had lived in the assisted living facility, left the assisted living facility, went out to his car, got in his car, turned on his car, and they couldn't find him, and they couldn't find him, and they couldn't find him, and they couldn't find him. And he was in Missouri when they finally found him, and they did it by tracking his credit card. He just forgot how to get home. Yes?
He was past the time to be moved from this living.
Either that or it was time to go to a dementia unit in an assisted living. There are units in some assisted livings. All assisted livings don't have them. But they have locked units or protected units that are specially built for dementia patients, Alzheimer's patients who are wanderers, to try to ensure that they stay safe or where you know where they're at. If you are in an assisted living facility and you need home health care services, let's say that you need some services just like if you were in your house. If you can rehab in the assisted living facility with home health, Medicare will pay for your home health. However, Medicaid only pays for the services rendered in an assisted living, but not your room and board. So if you live in an assisted living facility, there is no government funding in this state to pay for assisted living. So that is a private pay service. Everybody understands that, because there's different, that is a payment mechanism. A lot of folks think, well, I can go to assisted living and Medicaid will pay. That they will not. Medicare will pay for home health services for you to live in assisted living. So you still have to pay your own room and board charges, just like you would pay your rent. If you have, and I'll just tell you, I have a long-term care policy. You think, okay, she's worked in this for all these years and she's had it for years and years. I've had it for 2. I have a long-term care policy that will pay assisted living for me to live there, because I get to pick and choose. I was really careful about which long-term care policy, but they'll pay for it that way. But only if you have a policy that will pay for those services or allow you to choose the services that get paid for.